with philosophy and theory involved in educations and political activism and underlying fundamental beliefs of social workers and counselors and psychologists and psychiatrists who win every argument from a position of dominance, skepticism, and mostly denial of another human's intellectual abilities. And nobody says to those professors in those colleges and those teachers in those universities and those tenured faculty, there's a problem when a person can use suicide as an example of a problem with their system and processes, with psychology and psychiatry, and what they declare as their mental health treatment. An argument, a discussion, where a person's spiritual beliefs as a Buddhist practitioner and a non-duality learner does not conceive a brain and body with a mind, a self, an ego, and all of the other language and words and letters and descriptions and sentences about a mystery no one ever has talked about in the 10 years I've been trapped and stuck in these walls, those walls, and the other places. In a city, in a civilization where the best and the brightest and the most intelligent graduate college with a career and focus and concentration on eventual retirement and a home and family, a car, a second property, a boat, a helicopter, and an airplane, and credit cards. Consciousness, a mystery never talked about in mental health organizations and a system called psychology and psychiatry, with processes involving social and emotions and feelings and words and language and letters and self and ego and behavior, observed by a professional and modified by those who work alongside them now. However, with spirituality and Buddhism and non-duality and other traditions and practices, there's no dilemma. There's no paradox, no enigma. For some, they talk about God and Allah and Buddha and Jesus and Krishna and Muhammad and mysticism and text and passages. But for others, there's energy. Energy in light. Energy in speech and language and sound and music. Energy most obviously and importantly in body. A heart beating, a hand moving, eyes seeing and ears hearing. And then outside of body, past planet Earth, and far towards a black with no color. More energy, more objects similar to a credit card, a house, a boat, an airplane, a marriage license, a ring, and lots and lots and lots more mystery about dimensions and string theories and black holes, aliens and UFOs. And more energy required to solve those unanswered questions. In other words, the mysteries require more energy. The energy allows a human to understand and conceptualize unanswered questions. Very similar to a loop, an infinite loop. And then outside of the loop, hot dogs and hamburgers at football stadiums, takeout food at restaurants, concerts and politics and art. Another requirement for energy to obtain and accomplish and do tasks and complete goals. And then more energy needed to buy, to own, and to fund activities outside of the original infinite loop. More infinite loops. And when all of these loops are no longer abstract, there's a world, there's a civilization, there's a planet Earth with humans who go to work at Google and Facebook and a doctor's office at a hospital. And then Worst of all, there are those who are completely unaware of why they are angry and what they are confused about, and simply focus and concentrate on stimulation emphasized by psychology, psychiatrists, and mental health workers, and social workers, and counselors, and professionals. Achieving a reward for their mindfulness, being good in public and not causing too much distraction for drivers and getting arrested, not being so hallucinatory they begin to assault and harass. And then their loop with stimulation and reward, supported by the other parts of world with many, many, many options for loops and choices and decision making, oversee what they're doing. And currently, there's an inequality. However, in inequality, nobody has said has to do with similar conditions as slavery involving other humans who are using their self-described mind and SELF for safety and security for them and their families and their friends and their loved companions and comrades. To restrict and limit those who are not in their system with processes, often never told why they aren't. And they watch those who are dominant behavior and observe, take notes and collect information, and reduce violence from those who want to break their chains. Leave their rooms in their house with apartments and studios and have a better life and not be involved in a mystery everyone says has to do with another question. Why consciousness? Why objects? Why matter? Why energy and not nothing? Similar to the black with no color in the distance.